All right, hello everybody, welcome back. Gonna be doing MineMogul today instead of Greg Tech. I'm gonna do Greg Tech tomorrow, and Greg Tech is gonna be pretty much the same as this. We're gonna be cleaning up as much as I can tomorrow on there. oh, and we're gonna be doing the same thing on Spaghetti Nightmares here. I didn't let it run all the way to 500k. I just let it to run just under 300. So pretty much we're gonna turn off all mining, let everything clear out, and then we're going to basically go through and fix everything. Clean all this up. We're gonna do like funnel everything to bulk sorting and all of that. Now that we have most everything unlocked. So it's pretty much just going to be a complete rebuild from the ground up. Let's see where we at here. Right here, vertical bulk sorter. Looks like we're gonna need a couple of these at least. So go ahead and get a couple of them. In fact, I may get 4. Just to make darn well sure I have enough. And then, let's see, what else do we need here? Let's see, I got plenty of hoppers, right? Yeah, plenty of hoppers. I believe I picked up some chutes. I may need more chutes and stuff here. Let's see, splitter chute. Yeah. I'll have to play around with some of these, like the splitter chutes and everything, to see what works best. And kind of go from there. Pretty much, let's just start cleaning everything up here. We aren't really producing gems right now, so that kind of doesn't matter there. Yeah, this is... like, it's gonna fix stuff like this, where it's just randomly throwing these on the ground and things like that, pretty much. Now that does seem to, like, correct itself automatically, which is kind of nice. Looks like most of that is all done now. So let's go ahead and run over here and clear this up. I was like, yeah, we're gonna make heavy use of roller conveyors for moving the ore and stuff around. Like, rather than this cluster of whatever this is. Should be able to do it a lot cleaner than this. Though I probably don't need to pick up all the miners like that. It's mainly just everything else I need to pick up. So let's see, what do these generate here? This actually generates a lot of emeralds, so I want to keep that one. 70.2. We can keep that one as increased copper because it doesn't really generate a whole lot. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and just put a regular old auto miner on it. And what's this one? I'm thinking probably do a regular auto miner here too. Yeah, we're basically going to get all the auto miners plugged in and then just get everything set up from there, pretty much. So I gotta watch with these drill bits. I'm gonna have way too many. So yeah, like all of this is gonna get replaced with roller conveyor for the most part, just so everything gets to where it's going faster, basically. Okay, which yeah, most everything should be done now, from the looks of it. Hmm. We'll go ahead and drop the random resources in. I kind of don't care right now, so... Let's see, this just generates that. We should probably leave that as regular. That one we can probably leave like that for now. Let's just put that in there. Same with that. Goal is just rip everything out at this point. Mm-hmm. Okay, you see a lot of this is just spaghetti together just to get progression done. It's time for that to change. That one can stay as is for now. Like, once I go to hook all the conveyor systems up, it'll be, dealt with proper. I am gonna keep the gems for now, just to save them for, sorting and for the gem quests. Okay, let's toss these over here. And then all of this can just get loaded up in the box. Okay, and there's more gems there. Just get rid of this whole system. So we're probably going to make extremely heavy use of rollers rather than these for specific areas. Not everything is going to need rollers, but yeah, you can see I already had another backup going right here. Of something. Yeah, lost a diamond in that, but it's not the end of the world to lose one or two. I got plenty there for filtering. Oh wow, yeah, that actually went really wrong over here. Apparently. Without me even realizing it. Because, yeah, areas of, like, small pockets of ores that aren't going to output enough to care are probably just going to use regular conveyors and, like, at worst, the those, like, ones that have the special walls on the side. So. So now we just got to clean up our garbage here. And you can see a bunch of random junk right there. And I do gotta set it down to pull my drill bit out. I would like that still. And then, yeah, we'll have to go expand out into all the other areas too. That I haven't went to. There we go. Okay, what is this mine? Honestly, probably use a rapid miner on this one. It's probably my best option. Let's see, this one over here. Just show me what it does. Yeah, rapid miner. Yeah, I still got to go to the other side there and blow that out and then start doing those too. Let's see. We got that one up there we've already taken care of. Okay, I think we're pretty much done in this room and back there. So let's go ahead and go down that gold area, clear all of that out. This one can stay as a rapid miner for now. This one, this one should probably also go to a rapid miner. Just due to the amount of coal we're going to need. Because I can always change them out. Like, once I get the raw ores done, I can just change them all out to do what they need to do. Because at that point, I won't need so much for other stuff. Like, yeah, this one should stay as a normal one just because 2% chance of diamond. So, that's actually quite a lot. This one has a decent chance of diamond, so I probably want to swap this one out. This one also has a decent chance of diamond. Now this one we can do a rapid miner. Okay. Let's see anything important down there. This one, 0.5 and 0.3, we'll probably do a rapid miner for now. Let's see. Yeah. All right. This one can be a regular miner. Just due to the 2% diamond chance. This one I want a rapid miner on. I'm going to have to bring some more drill bits over, though. Just because I don't have any more on me. Let's see here. This one will be a regular miner. Same with this one. A decent chance at diamond. Let's see, the detonator's over here for this. Let's go ahead and get that detonated. This one can also go to a normal one. So now we can go replace that other one back here. We'll get a bit put into this one. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot bigger area here than there was. 0.7. Should probably go ahead and replace this one as well. Oh. So 1%. Let's go ahead and replace that. I don't want to do a clear just because of it'll delete things that I want. So, like all my gems that are on the ground back there. This one's kind of crap, so we'll leave that one there. All right. So let's just take the ore with me. Over here. Alright, this should start to get me into the big area that I needed to be in. Yep. Let's get all of this mined out. Alright, what do we have? You can just go on a rapid miner for now. Just gotta get the rest of this cleared out. There's no sense in not grabbing it, it's already here. Yeah, this is a completely different area. Looks like a wrecked shaft. Interesting. Is this the same spot as the demo, just a lot bigger? Or is this just a completely different area? I think this is just a completely different area, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a completely different spot than I had before. Very different, in fact. This area is big enough to have another processing hub, honestly. It may not be wise to have just one giant processing hub. So I would like to find the spot that is closer to where all my other stuff is, though. That one that goes from the entrance area. I keep banging against things and losing stuff. So it's a bit annoying how it works sometimes. Just gotta find my way back here. Yeah, see, I want to find the spot that leads there, basically. Um... Okay. Don't see anything important in there that I need, so let's get rid of all of it. Yeah, because I figure this can have, like, a processing hub, like, right over, say, in here. Where we'll funnel everything and throw it into vertical sorters and split it all out from there. So we're gonna want a lot of roller conveyor right here. 500 straight roller conveyors, 50 ledges, 100 slopes, sure. 100 corners. There we go. 50 of those, just over by everything, because it kind of does not matter. Or overflow splitter. And we'll buy 5 of those, why not? Then we need to buy some walled conveyor as well here. See, 500 of those. 100 of those. 50 of those. All right. And my inventory is full. Great. Just chuck that down. I don't really need it. All right. So, all right, we need to get every single thing, including crushed coal, coal ore, slag. Yeah, we got to get a lot of garbage here. Okay, how are we going to do this? So I need to be able to just get up here real quick to see what I'm working with. half iron, half coal. Because, yeah, like individual ones like this, we can use these conveyors just fine. It doesn't really matter much. So, just trying to think of what the best way to do this is going to be. Probably keep all of this up high, I think. And kind of funnel everything from like this half of the map into this one area. This one is also a half and half system. So let's just kind of do a slope here. Yeah, like these that are close by, I don't really need to do anything fancy with them. Just something like that should be fine. Uh, let's see, one more here. We are going to need a merging conveyor for this one, actually, because we got to merge all of that in. So let's see here. And we probably want a walled conveyor over there, too. So let's see, we'll go like that. We'll let this come in like that, and then, yeah, we'll take these over here. Let's see, we got that one. We'll probably bring everything out from here, if possible. If we can't get it from up there. So it might be best, I think I can just do normal conveyor here. We'll just bring everything from up top over that way. I think that's going to make a lot more sense here. And then this one can be another merging conveyor. Like that. So yeah, that's just a combination. Actually, we don't need a merging conveyor there. We can just do that. So these don't need anything fancy since they're not really high throughput at all. And we can take it and bring it up here, combine it over there. Now we need to get a miner on this. Let's go for just a fast miner on it for now. Okay. This one can also get a fast miner. I have a bit. No, I don't. Need to go buy one. Where are they? Hardened bit. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna have to get this because it's gonna pull everything from here as well. So yeah. Okay. So then we need to pull everything from over here, most likely. And we'll probably do another merging conveyor right here, rather than a turn. Let's see here. Merging conveyors. Here. Just like, nope, like that. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. It's fine. And then we can just go up and around. So now we just got to get all of this hooked up right here. And then we'll have a line coming down from like right here, sort of. So let's get that. That looks right. Hopefully it is. Because, yeah, all the stuff that's coming from farther away is where I'm going to use a lot more rollers for things. Just to get the products out faster, basically. So the faster they get out of there, the less lag we're going to have overall, once I really start ramping it up again. So let's see, all of these can come down here. This is all just going to merge into one big old line right here. And then we come over this way with our regular wall conveyor. Where is that? My inventory is a complete mess right now. There it is. And I need to be able to pull everything from over there as well, so we're going to go ahead and get set up for that. Let's actually do the split right there. Just right in here, we'll do the split. Just like that. Hopefully nothing spills out right here just because it doesn't have a wall on it. That. Let's see, that can just dump off the side like that. Pretty much the same can happen over here as well. We don't need walled conveyors for this. I probably will take it up in the air though, just so it's easier for me to get around here. Just so I can walk under it, basically. And now we'll do a slope down, just like that. That should be fine. I'm going to have my support wrench to get rid of all these that are going to be in my way. because here's that other area we'll be able to bring everything from. That's set up over there. Okay, so we just need to get everything from over here now. Let's see. You know what I may do? I may route this just back behind this and over this way. I have a feeling that'll work better. Like, just looking at it, I think that's going to be a lot easier time on me to handle. This doesn't need to do anything fancy, so just do that. So it's low throughput, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, all of this, let's get rid of. Because there's only this one conveyor. So what we'll do is we'll route it back here over this way rather than out the front. And then we'll just turn that and let it dump right down onto that belt. That should be fine right there. Just doing that so it doesn't have to dump from as high as it normally would. Alright. So now we can get some sorting infrastructure going. And we'll kill these supports just so I can slip underneath there if need be. I don't need to slip underneath those. Nothing's going here, so. Alright. So now we need to get all this junk over to there. So let's just go like this. And again, we'll just flip everything up a little bit just to make my life that much easier. And this is low throughput as well, so I don't have to do anything fancy here. You can just dump straight onto the conveyor and call it a day. And we need to go here. That'll make that job much, much easier to deal with. Okay. Now we need our corner blocked conveyors. Do I have those? Or were there not any? Were there corner, like, blocked conveyors like this with the wall? Let's double check it here. Walled corner conveyor, yes. They look like that. There they are. Okay. I probably want to stick a merging conveyor in here as well, like right here. That's just so I can bring resources from over this way if need be. That way it's future-proofed. Is there a map? Let's see, controls, keybinds. No, there isn't. That is something I wish they would add, is just a map of the place so you can see where you've been and what is already set up. Let's see. Yeah, I should probably just do these conveyors for this as well. Okay. Let's see, we'll do a merging conveyor there. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Need regular corners right here, right? Yep. Let's just go one farther out like this. Then we can just do that to get to that one. And that to get to that one. And that right there should be good enough. In theory. And that gives me a much easier time to get through there until I clog up the other side. Just going to make it very difficult, unfortunately. So we're going to bring everything out this way now. I want the walled pieces like this. Because, yeah, we are going to have to bring in that stuff from the ceiling over here as well. Because we do have miners up there that I need to deal with. We can't quite go this far. Okay. Can't say I didn't try. Okay. So it's being really screwy with the placement here. There. probably just go to here. That should be more than sufficient. Then probably a hopper into a bunch of bulk sorting. Actually, looking at this, let's go up and over. Let's do this. So that I want to do this right the first time, so I don't have to redo it again. Let's see. Yeah. Like, that's a bit of a pain, but I think I can work around it. Let's see. Yeah, by just doing this. There. That way that's nice and open, so I don't have to worry about it. And then we can drop a hopper all the way up here. In theory, just like that. That should be fine. It's kind of funny how it just sticks in midair like that, but it is what it is. That is pretty funny. What's the bulk sorter look like? Vertical bulk sorter. Yeah, it all needs to go in like a chute like that. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is something like this, I think. Then we need to get up there and put chutes in. As well as set the filters on these. Hopefully nothing leaks out of that. Keyword hopefully. Okay, so we kind of immediately want to filter the coal and just run it through a splitter, and then half of it will go into a washer and straight into the box, and then the other half will go through just as is, because we need both right here. So let's put it through the shaker. You can probably just do this with a roller, just so it gets it in there a little bit faster. Should be fine. Actually, we need to do a polishing table, so never mind. We got to split, I forgot about that. We have to split the rubies out. That's right. So we'll go for a polishing table, like somewhere over here, probably. Just on top of a scaffold. So let's just make plenty of room. And then we'll take all of that out of here. Let's just use the regular wall conveyor here. Just like so. Let's go back one. Okay, that's going up. All right, so then we need to split half of this out. And we're going to use the overflow splitter because we're going to be sending a ton of crap through this thing. So half of it is going to go one way, half of it's going to go the other way. And that. So this side is going to get the shaker table. Let's just say right about, here. Should be fine, and then we can stick a conveyor right on it right here. And then we can just divert it right off the side. Probably do a splitter right here, just a merging conveyor. Just in case there's anything else I need to put in there in the future. Let's see, we can probably just get away with going up slightly, maybe. I would like to avoid that thing. That's going to be a little screwy. I feel like that's not going to work very well there. And actually, we need to do a sort here. What am I thinking? Brain is not braining today. I can tell you that much. Because, yeah, we need to do that because we need to sort out all of the crushed coal and route it up over the box here. And then all of the other goodies will come out here and go through a polishing table. Like so. So this side will get rubies that will go through a polisher. But then how do we get the rubies out? That is a good question. All right, we may have to come back slightly here. All right, let's do the bulk sorter over here instead. Like that. Just so we have a little bit more room. That way. And that way. Then we just need to go up and into that. Alright, now we should have room, right? And we are really not going to get a lot of these, but I'm going to go ahead and wall these off anyway. Just in case. So. And then this other half. Let's go up with this. Maybe. Yeah, let's go up and around with it. And then we can dump it straight into the box, in theory. Still not the most perfect thing. I may have to go out one. It's not ideal. Having all these decorations around the box does kind of make it harder. to not have issues later down the line. But it should work just fine, hopefully. And then, yeah, crushed coal is just going to come out right here. Farther down. And same thing, it's just going to run straight to the box. In fact, we can actually route that on this side, right? No, we can't, because of that stinking lantern right there. Darn you. Okay, well, I tried. Can't say I didn't try, right? And the polished rubies, we'll just plop them up over that. It should be fine, right? We need to go a full upwards here. We don't need to waste a walled one, I don't think. But yeah. That'll just prevent any mishaps from happening. Alright, so that should be set up other than this needing to filter rubies. So this filter will need to be set to coal. So let's go ahead and run a coal miner over here. Okay, so that filter will just be set to coal. Should probably split crushed coal somewhere like right here, maybe. I did forget about that part. We are going to need to split crushed coal out, but that's a bulk splitter, so yeah, because crushed coal going through here is just going to destroy it, so I mean, we could split it out in the next, like, bulk splitter, but I don't know. Then we'll probably split iron out right here, I think. And then all of this can just go up to a giant array of smelters and crushers. So we'll split out the crushed and normal iron. And then run it to a bulk array. So let's get over here somehow. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so up here. Then oh yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun. So I did have a bunch of stuff built, but I ripped it all out to build things for bulk processing. It's definitely a challenge with the limited room, though. That's kind of where the fun part of this game is you got to work around all the obstacles. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, hopefully you can get it soon. It's a ton of fun to do. So let's just go like right here. Yeah. We are definitely gonna have to split this off several times, I think. So we'll probably do something like this, split half of it over here. And it's going to have to just like split off multiple times into a whole bunch of furnace array setups. Satisfactory skyblock? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I tried Satisfactory a while back. Actually, I didn't like the early game since it devolved into a whole bunch of just pick leaves forever. It felt like pick leaves to power the machines, build a couple more machines, pick a bunch more leaves, build a couple machines, pick more leaves. Like, it was kind of starting to drive me crazy, honestly. So I stopped after like 2 streams of it. I do want to give it another shot in the future, though, just to see. Oh, yeah? I'll have to look into that, I guess. Okay, so we need basically massive splitting here. So probably these smart splitters. And then we just split a whole bunch of them off from each other and then run it into a huge array of furnaces. Platform expansion program. I'll have to look into it and see. Let's see, are there walled splitter conveyors? I just want to check. If there's walled splitter conveyors, I'll use those. No, it's just the ore overflow splitter. Okay, I tried. It's basically going to look something like this, I think. If we split this off multiple times, it should just work here. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we'll split half the ore here. I may have to do a bit of walled conveyor, I think, just to make sure it doesn't get kind of screwy. And then bring it over. Like right here. And then we do the same thing on this side. Then we split it again. Let's see. All right, I need to go out even farther. There's no alternate mode for this, which is a bit of a bummer, honestly. It makes using these in bulk a little bit screwy. Let's see. So kind of like that. And then I think like that. Yeah, there we go. So that way it'll split off into these. Then we can split it off there, 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 and there. Then we need to come down, delete all of these stupid supports out that I don't need. So all these do is get in my way a lot. The less I need to deal with them, the better. And I can't avoid those supports because they're part of that. Can get rid of those, though. And these, just in case I have to get in there to do anything silly. Same with right here. It just clears up space in case anything goes wrong. This is kind of funny that they don't extend down, but it is what it is, I guess. So now we need to build scaffold here so I can put the blast furnaces on it. Let's see, where are we? And yeah, we can probably make use of some of these scaffold ramps too, just to make my life a little bit easier to get up there. Yeah, then we have a scaffold ramp over here. Let's see. Did I only buy one scaffold ramp? What was I thinking? Where are you? Building. Let's just buy 10. There. I mean, it's not perfect, but all I gotta do is jump, so it's not a huge problem. Blast furnace. I actually need to come down a layer. I'm too high up. Whoops. Okay. Messed that one up. Let's see. Yeah, so we actually need to come down like that. Then will it line up? Yep, now it lines up. So these will, in fact, actually line up with that part. That's good. Yes. Now I can get up underneath it right here to work on it. Then I can probably put another ramp like over here. Then I'll just have to move my gems out. Let's see, where on earth did I put my magnet? Did I get rid of my magnet somewhere? Maybe. I don't see it. Huh. Nope, we'll buy another one. Not a big deal. It's only 50 bucks. Ain't like I ain't got $140,000. So that's after spending like 150K. Yeah, so that way I can easily get up here on both sides. All right, so once this comes off of these, we need to move it all over. Let's see. We have bulk. So this will produce just bulk ingots, pretty much. Now, I do want to redirect a small portion of it, though, to go over that way. So I think I'm going to put another, like, split in here. But I'm just going to do a simple splitter, if I can. No, I can't, actually. Well, frick. Because I need to be able to pull some of the normal ore, because one of the quests is going to require a ton of normal ore. So, yeah. Like, the current ones don't, but I will have to set it up to where I can do that in the future. So, something to be aware of. How about we go right here instead of doing this? We'll just take all of whatever comes out here and funnel it straight on over to the box. Let's see, where are you? Where are my corners with walls? I don't see them. There they are. Some of the icons are not the easiest thing to look at. I will say that. But it's mostly a case of work in progress. So. And I need to get an entrance for that one. There should be like a sort of chute that I can use to do that, I do believe. Let's see. Splitter chute. Top chute. Okay. Get that out of my sight. I don't look at it. All right. Yeah, there's a chute for specifically connecting to conveyors, apparently. Good to know. Okay, which one is the top chute here? Where are they? Right here. Top chute. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can put top chute in there just to plug that hole. That should work really nicely. Yeah, this has a little bit more of a drop, so nothing gets stuck. Okay. So this will funnel part of the iron ore down into the funnel directly. I need to go run an iron miner here. Just need some stuff to be able to split with. Alright, so now we can take this, lay this down. Need to go set my filter over here to iron. There we go. And then, yeah, we'll need to get a crushed coal in here, as well as a crushed iron in there once we start up all the miners. So now what's coming out down here is going to be all gems and any gold and copper. So I need to filter out gems like right away pretty much. And let's see, there's no easy way to filter them there, so I'll probably just make a separate polisher for those. So what we're gonna do is come out right here then. Yep. Oh, not like that one. Okay. Let's see. So something like that. Because this is just going up that way. I don't care about that part. Then right here we'll run a filter. Actually, no, we need to run this through another bulk sorter. What am I thinking? Yeah, this has to run through another bulk sorter. We'll just do it that way, because otherwise there's going to be way too much of this crap, and I'm not going to be able to handle all of it. So, let's see. Oh, there we go. So eventually it'll figure itself out there. I feel like this design is absolutely terrible, and I'm probably going to end up redoing it next stream. I'm having that feeling right now. Like, it may actually be better to do local processing, almost. I'm starting to think that. To process everything into, like, have one area dedicated to each thing, sort of. And I have a feeling this is not going to end very well right here. Because I'm going to run out of room long before I can get all these ingots processed into all the other stuff that they need to be processed into. So I don't think this design's going to work now that I'm doing this. I'm going to go ahead and build it just to see, just to get an idea of how these machines operate and how much junk they're able to handle. Because I have no idea how much crap these are able to push through. I know there was multiple updates, and then there was an update that reverted some kind of limit on bulk sorters. Like, just over the course of a couple days, they were, like, limited and then unlimited again. So we'll filter copper out of one, gold out of another, and then figure it out from there, pretty much. So I need to run a gold real quick. Let me get one that's almost pure gold. That would help. Here we go. I just want to get a couple gold for sorting. Hopefully we can get a crushed gold right away. These miners are really slow. So. But I have this here because this one has a decent chance to get diamonds and emeralds. A lot of the nodes have like 0.2, 0.3. So it's like anything like 0.5 and higher I left as a normal slow miner. Because if I use the rapid miners, I won't get gems. So let's see here. Okay, now I just gotta get this up there somehow. It's a bit of a labyrinth of stuff to jump through here. No, I screwed it up. Can I toss it up there? Not really. Alright, let's go up the ramp. It should be easier that way. Maybe. It's like I put this ramp here for a reason. I should be using it. Like, yeah, because this is a disaster, honestly. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Frick, I messed that up big time. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, maybe the way I was doing it before is better. Looking at this, like, this is a disaster. Because now it's like we have all these ingots, what are we going to do with them? You know? Let's put rollers here. I feel like that would work a lot better. So for now, we're just going to dump the ingots in there. And yeah, that's the bypass for some of the ore. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, now we need all our gems are going to come out here. This will be copper. So let's just take all this and funnel it in for now. Just to see how this system works. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so I need to get the corners. Where's my corners? Like, I just want to see how this is going to work. And then we'll go from there. Like, I already know this is not going to work long term for anything because I don't have enough room to do processing here. But I just want to see that the system at least, like, runs. And then... yeah. Let's see. These supports need to get out of here or we're going to have problems. But yeah, I think we're going to be reverting to more localized processing. Most definitely. So, like processing copper, say, into ingots up there in that hidey hole past the tracks over there. We'll just process copper straight to ingots there and then bring it over, I think. Like doing stuff like that, basically. Alright, so all the gems will get polished and then come out that way. Then we have to bypass with all of the other stuff here. We can't just do that, and it will eventually just make its way in the box as well. Okay. So that thing's gonna get clogged up pretty bad until I get all of the crushed ore. I can't use the turn on everything because they're not all hooked up. Yeah, and then we can switch all of this to just rollers, I think. When I go to do that. Or what I could do is have like a couple miners that all just split off into their own and just dump straight in, pretty much. Yeah, that's an oopsie right there. Uh-oh. Ha 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 ha. Whoops. Big oof. It's like big mistakes were made. Alright, either way, that gives me plenty of junk to use for sorting. So it's kind of a win, but also a big loss. You can see it's still dumping trash all over the ground here. We're gonna have all that junk coming through the system. Yeah, you can see what I did there. I forgot that and oofed it. Whoopsie. Okay, now it's all going into the hopper. Now, like, I already can't walk through here. It's already a giant mess. So looking to see if there's any small bits of coal here. I don't see any, though. There's one. Get up there. I have no idea where that piece of coal went. Great. Yeah, wherever it's at, it's a goner now. Yeah, like my baskets are inaccessible pretty much. It's not exactly ideal. Uh, Alright, let's hit that one now. Alright. So yeah, we'll have to replace the other things again, but looking to see if I see any small crushed ore here. Not seeing any yet. I believe it's all gonna come down that line, whatever is small. Just purely because I haven't sorted it yet. It should go down this piece. I think the system is handling things pretty well, it looks like. It's doing a decent job. It's just not a very good design here. It's extreme levels of spaghetti now. It's barely functional. There's one. Plastic, get in the basket. There. Ah. Don't you dare, you get in there. Yeah, you can see this is gonna be dirty because I did that. So okay. Alright, the roller's clean again, so we're fine there. So that's the other big problem with the system, is I can't see what's in my baskets. Okay, iron is already sorted. Most of the coal seems to be going this way. It's not really what I wanted, honestly. So I kind of want a more, like, clean split here. So yeah. This is not a great split. Not gonna lie. And that will split any rubies straight to there and polish them. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely not the most ideal thing right here. Alright, we need to take that and get rid of it and use one of the regular, like, sweepers. Where is that sweeper at? Right here. There. That should give a cleaner split. Yep, ruby comes through there, gets polished, and then goes into the bin. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Okay, it's at least functioning now. So that's a plus. Just kind of getting an idea of how they work. I need to get a small copper again. So I need to be on the lookout for a piece of small copper. It seems to work. So. Alright. There's a piece of small copper. So. There. Yeah, other than that, it seems to be working just fine. Like, it seems to handle this large amount of ore without any issues. So, that is good to see. And yeah, this is spewing out a decent quantity of ingots, which are currently just getting dumped. So I will add a polisher here just to get a little more money out of them. So probably need an ingot straightening conveyor here because they seem to be doing stupid things. Right here. Yeah. Then we need to hop them up a little bit. So we need to do that. Then we put in our polisher right here. But yeah, this system is really not good. Okay. Well, we got our learning experience with it, at least. So that's good. We know what not to do now. I guess that's a way I can look at this. Yeah, we know how not to build the system. And I almost feel like I don't really need the hopper, honestly. If I do more localized processing, I don't think I'm going to use it at all, really. So. Because, yeah, that doesn't look like it's getting stressed at all. Now, if I put a bunch of turbo bits in these things, it will. For sure. But, yeah. Okay. Well, we know exactly what to do now. So yeah, localized processing is going to be huge here. For sure. Like, this whole processing stuff, like, on the fly is, in one spot is not going to work as well as I thought it would. So. Alright, let me go ahead and start all of these. Just for now. There's no point in not turning them on right now, just to make more money. So yeah, I think what I'll do off stream is clear everything out, including the miners, and we're just gonna start from a blank slate on the next one. Like, yeah, we're just gonna start completely empty and just go from scratch again. It's kind of going to be a test the limits of the system and see what it can handle right now. So let's even go push a bunch of ore into here, because why not? So like, I want to see what can the system handle, right? So we're gonna need a bunch of this, just like that. Actually, this can just be normal conveyor, because it's just one thing here. Let's see. So let's put a merge conveyor on here, just like that. And that will come from everything going this way. This can just be straight regular conveyor. So there's no point in using fancy conveyor for one miner. It's never going to be able to overflow it. And then we can turn that on. Okay. So I'm going to do this again, and another merge conveyor here. I want a three-way merge. Because, yeah, we need to be able to get both of these plus everything down in here, which I believe I set up. Yes. I set up all those in here, so we need to be able to push all of that. You can see why this system is not going to work. This leads out to the main hall, so we may be able to push some of the load to there. So it could be wise to just do a splitter out of here and do it that way. Because, yeah, it's like I am not ready to push, like, say, all of this over here, you know what I mean? I just don't have the capacity right now. Where is the detonator? Here it is. Alright. That should open up the hole to get me to the main area, I believe. So yeah, and then I'll have to outfit all of this. This looks like a huge area for copper, actually. And coal. Let me double check that. So I know what I'm getting myself into here. Lots of coal, iron, huge on iron up here, actually. A lot more iron than copper. This should be a copper area. Yeah. Copper and coal. So yeah, like we can take and basically smelt this copper and just say, hey, we're just going to use these two to say make copper plates, you know? And then we just push the copper plates onto a line, wheel it out that way, sort of thing. I think that's what we're gonna do here. I feel like that's gonna be the easiest way to do this without like screwing myself over like big time. Yeah, because this is that area, so. Okay. Well, we know the system works, at least. And we know what not to do, which is exactly what I've done here. Because, yeah, you could say, like, hey, all the iron in this room, let's say, is gonna make, I don't know, say just iron ingots. You know, we can keep a smelter like this for iron ingots and just process it. I do feel like the more localized process is gonna work way better than this. It's like, this is not going all that well, really. In terms of space. That's my biggest problem with it, is space. If we were on a more open map and I had a ton of room, yeah, it would work, obviously. But on this tiny of an area, it doesn't really work well. So I want to make sure that this gets to where it's going. Just to make sure I got my filtering correct. Yes, I do. Good. Alright. Now we're kind of getting an idea for how much ore it can actually handle. Which seems to be quite a bit, actually. I feel like the localized processing is just going to make that even easier to deal with. So yeah, it's like all of this, we can just go and, you know, just boom over, say, here, and just throw it in, because not really going to need it. So, since we're going to be doing more localized builds, so I figured I wanted to test this, see what would happen, and, yeah. Just take it from me, do not do this. Alright, let's shut all these things off. So we'll start with just the ones in this area. Like, this is what? Iron ore, coal, crushed iron. Like, yeah, I can take this and literally funnel that sucker straight to the box, you know? Like, and that can be my source of, you know, raw ore straight to the box. So, let's say, yeah, you can just funnel this and just boom, route it right here and chuck it in there, you know what I mean? So, because if we look at our quests over here, yeah, you can see these are all for processed materials. These all want regular materials here, but then there's this one that needs all of this, you know what I mean? So, let's see. Do we actually need raw ores? We may not anymore. It's looking other than coal. We will have to make slag, so we are going to have to intentionally, just temporarily screw up the system and say filter coal into those iron smelters. Like, I may do this manually, though. Like, I can just do these parts manually, because we only need 20 slag ingots, 10 slag rods, and 10 junk pipes, which is just probably slag pipes. So, I was looking to see here. We actually don't need anything other than raw coal and crushed coal. Yeah. Everything else just wants polished. And then regular. Yeah. Okay, which you can use polished versions for the regular ones, which is what I was doing before, so yeah. So like right here, we can just say throw a filter box on this, you know what I mean? Just throw a filter, filter the coal, and dump it in directly. And just go boom, 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 we're done, sort of thing. So my problem right now is I need to pack this stuff because I have too much crap and nowhere to put it. So, and the chests are kind of crap because they're not like an inventory. They're really, really annoying to use. So, it's just random plates over here that flung themselves out of the old build, apparently. So let's just get rid of all that. Alright. So let's rip everything back out again. Look at that, experimental. So, like, yeah, we really don't need that hopper up there. So, like, it is very, very unnecessary. I can probably just leave the drill bits on the ground for these, because I'll probably use the same, like, setup. So, yeah, like, we got all of that out there to deal with. Then there's this little room. This looks like an iron room. So yeah, like we could say make, you know, iron pipes or something in here and just throw them on a main line out to the main room, sort of thing. Rather than what I was going to do here. Yeah, I have no inventory space to pick any of that up, so... Yeah, like you can see, this place just goes on and on and on and on, apparently. Or we could do this and grab them and bring them with me. It's also an option. Oh, there is a diamond there. Yeah, I think I'll just bring them with me. And then we can just do this. Yeah. Let's see, we can't even pack these, we can only take them. It's like I need to be able to pack all these bits into a larger pile. So that would be ideal. Ruby can go in there. Take out the diamond. And we'll just take all the rest of that, throw it in. We'll take this ruby and throw it in the pile. I can leave that one because I already know I'm going to leave that as it is there. Come on. All right. So, yeah. Like, yeah, that would mean, like, we already know we're gonna do these this way, so that's fine. Just that. Yeah, like, there's no point in going for those diamonds right now. Like, I feel like I'm not really ready to expand that far out yet. So. Alright, so we will probably keep this line, though I may change it out for a roller. I feel like that might be better here. Just since we're going to do all the processing more local. We already know we're going to do that way, so I'm not going to change that one. So, yeah, let's see. I really need to clear this dang inventory, like, big time. My inventory is a complete wreck. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and get this stuff set up. Okay. So we're going to just use normal conveyor. Or should we just use rollers? I feel like rollers would probably not be a great idea here. So, yeah, we're just going to use this. Then we're going to go like this. Then we'll smelt it here. Like, I feel like this would be a good one to turn into, say, like, rods and pipes. All right, had to do something real quick. All right, that's done. So this one can just be normal conveyor. We need to move that. Yeah, because like all this can just be normal, regular old conveyor. There's no point in doing anything fancy with it. So just like that, because that's never going to do enough throughput to matter, is why. And that is capable of outputting directly onto those. It's just these regular ones have to output onto a roller or a regular conveyor. So this one is iron, so this can just bypass its way out. So what we'll do with this is we'll just put this directly on the line that goes out to the main area and deal with it out there. We can mix it with the iron that's already out there. No. And so right here, we'll probably sort out our gem. So we need to sort out emeralds right here. So let's go ahead and do that now. Is it worth putting a polishing machine here directly? I feel like not really. But I may do it anyway, just because I have the money. So, you know what? Yeah. It's a waste of money, but I mean, why not at this point? So, let's see here. All right, so we're gonna go like that. Ingots out the end. What else can we do here? All right, so, whoops. Let's see. Where's my regular turning conveyors? So yeah, we'll just bypass like this. So do we want to just stick with just ingots here, or do we want to go and do more processing to it? Because we could do more processing right here, actually. I think, anyway. So, like, we could move that, let's say, and filter it on over here. Yeah, let's do that. Then have a merging conveyor. We want a three-way merge. Like that. And then we'll just go right here and connect to the main line. get a better design here. I want that design. Yeah, that makes a whole heck of a lot more sense than what I was trying to do. All right, that way any emeralds, we'll have to go grab one. We'll come out this way. And then we can just go and kind of do this. Let's see, can we shove a polishing machine in somewhere right here? Will it let me? Oh yeah, it will. Perfect. Okay. The only bummer then is I have to do that. So let's change this up. Just so it's easier for me to get in. I would prefer not to block myself. So let's try this again. All right. Like, it would be nice if it was easier to get in there. You know what I mean? So let's go like this instead. So I can just put a path underneath it. Like this. Let's see, where are my regular conveyor slopes? Right here. Yeah, and then we can just do that. So that way I can at least access the place normally. Rather than whatever I was trying to do there. So then we'll go up like this and out like that. That should work just fine. Emeralds will come through here. Everything will just pop down onto this and get polished. This will just have to go on a bypass line. So let's see. How can we do this without screwing everything up? So we may need to move the polisher like farther back here. Like say polish, I don't know, right here probably. And then see, no, we can't loop around. Shoot. Man, they really designed this area to be difficult to do this, didn't they? They really did. Okay, let's go like that. Then we're going to need a merge conveyor here. Like that. So yeah, let's go out like that. Then we'll go here like this. And like that, and like that. And then we'll put our polisher. Yeah, and then we can just connect this conveyor up to it out this way. Just like so. And then we put a merge conveyor here. Like that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I can actually access things correctly. And this will just put all of the ingots right here. And with that, and we're fine. Because this does not get gems, so we don't have to filter there. This is the only one that can get gems, along with this one. So we'll probably filter our gems again right here. And try and send them out this way. And then we'll just filter diamonds and emerald right there. So, yeah, we'll filter gems. We'll filter iron out, actually, right here. It'll be much easier to filter iron, I feel like. It's because easier to get. I just set it up for a gem filter. Yeah, what I want is... I actually can't do it. Okay, it's easier than to just gem filter it. That's kind of a bummer, but... because it uses more gems, but it's okay. So we'll need to filter that. Or I can put the filter out here. Let's just do that. I'm an idiot. Okay. So yeah, if we take the filter box, put it right here, then we can filter our iron just right out this side. Yeah, that's much better. And the brain is not braining today whatsoever, apparently. Yeah, just like that. Now we filter our iron, and it will go there. Right off the bat, everything's just gonna drop in there. So let's do this. So we can just grab whatever comes out here. It should most likely be iron. Yeah. Wow, what's the luck of that? I got both things I needed to filter for right off the hop. That's crazy. Yeah, and then we only need to make one filter for emerald and diamond right there, rather than two filters. So, and then all of that we'll just bypass along with all of our gems and copper ingot right here. So yeah, we'll just use this as a copper ingot machine in that case. Now we go on to our roller conveyors here. We need a roller merger, so we're just going to have to do this because that's all that exists, is that. Actually, no, we just need a roller corner, but the roller corners are massive, I do believe. Yes, they are. So, yeah, it's easier to just do the what I was doing at that point. By just sticking one of these on there and going like that. And you run into that stinking problem right here. This is our biggest problem. So. Because, yeah, this sucker is way too stinking big. So I think what I'll do is just that. I was seeing if I could kind of finagle it, but yeah, there's no good way to do it. It was worth a try. We'll just use a piece of normal conveyor here, but we'll shield it just so it doesn't do anything stupid. Like that. That should be fine. And then we'll put a merger in here. For now. Then we need to do a curve right here. Let's see, where's my curve conveyor? Right there again. And that's fine right there. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just coming from a roller to these, you gotta go up. The rollers by themselves will work just fine. And then the only thing I'm worried about is all the ore falling off. More than literally anything else. That's the thing I'm worried about the most. So, okay, let's get our emerald and our diamond. Yeah, that's a little screwy to get through, but it's not too bad. Okay, so now we can close these off for good. These never have to change. They're just done. It may be worth doing a like better conveyor here, even though it's a little slower for a split second. I feel like it's worth it if I can get it to work. Will it work? No. We can do that, though. That should, in theory, work just fine. It's a little bit safer. I do wish I could get rid of things like the detonator box. You know, once it's detonated, just get rid of the detonator. Like, if you could clear up that, or say, like, blow up some of these stalactites and stalagmites and, like, small rocks. Just have it be very, very expensive. You know, say, like, have explosives be, like, I don't know, $2,000. You know, and so you'd have to plant, like, 2 explosives on this size of rock to blow it up. Like, that sort of thing. I think we're gonna go ahead and get the gems from this too. So, all right, so we're going to have iron coming down here. Just want to make sure iron and just iron. Yeah. No coal comes out of here whatsoever. Nope. All right, this build is basically done there. That's set. All right, so we just need to filter off iron. So what we'll probably do is like right, say here. Just filter off our iron real quick. And we'll just put the iron on the belt right there. We are going to have to do a little bit of fudgery with these just to ensure that everything works. All right. Otherwise, it'll get a little screwy going through there. All right. So we'll sort our iron out right here. And then everybody else can just funnel up and over and into the box. This will obviously all change too as the throughput gets bigger and bigger. obviously. Okay, so seeing what we need here. And this is just going to filter the iron off for now. So we're going to have a merge conveyor here, just so we can merge that coming in. Just like that. Then yeah, this is all the copper ingots and gems from over there. We'll just dump in. So really need to fix my inventory. It's a disaster right now. Let's some iron right here. Perfect. I got lucky again. What are the odds of that? Alright, now we can seal that box up for now. We may have to put other stuff in this box eventually, based on whatever else comes down that way. For now, that will do. Alright, so now we need to get the gems and all, but what I'll probably do here is look, all of this together, that's all iron and coal. Sort the coal from the iron and gems, and then go from there. I feel like that's going to be the smartest way to do this. This should just be a rapid miner. So, yeah. All this is going to do is iron and coal ore. And then I could push it through this filter. Then I would have to add coal to this filter. Should not be a huge problem. Let's see. This is the one that's like all coal. Yeah, let's turn this on for a minute. Just to get some coal. Hopefully we get a small coal pretty quickly. It's not looking like it. Alright. I tried. Oh well. We'll keep a couple over here. So let's get all of this wired up. So this is all iron, coal, and gems. So let's see. I feel like pushing it out this way is going to be the most reliable. Yeah. Let's see. And then we can have a merge right here. Just like that. And then that can be one of those. That can all go in there. And this one needs to be a normal conveyor to start. So we could do another merge right here, actually. Maybe worth just doing rollers here. I don't really see a problem with that, other than having to just bump it up a little bit right there. So let's do that. I feel like that'll just help once mass processing is up. And this shouldn't be a problem because this is slow. So yeah, we go ahead and get those running again, and then that would all come down here. Now we need our big walled off one right here. Just like that. Right. So in a better spot. There we go. So yeah, and then we can pick up all of this junk and just drop it like right here, sort of. Though I don't know if this sorter is going to be able to keep up. Yeah, I feel like this sorter would not be able to keep up, so that may not be a wise decision. I feel like we may have to bulk sort right there. So we'll leave this as is for now. And then we'll bulk sort everything in one big area. I feel like that's going to work much, much better. Let's see, how can we do this easily without, like, blowing up a bunch of stuff? Just like that. Might actually be better to go like that, I feel. Yeah. And then we can just go up with it. And like we'll do our bulk sort right here, and then we can smelt everything like over here. So let's see, this is iron and coal. This is what? Coal and copper. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like that copper should just get turned into ingots. I may put a plate roller on my copper in there. Look, that could be good. So let's see. Yeah, we need to go there. All right. So yeah, we'll put a bulk sorter in here. Kind of like that, sort of. Just a little farther back. Boom. Right? Yes, okay. And we'll go ahead and get these on top. So yeah, everything will come up into the bulk sorter now. So what we'll do is we'll sort iron on one side, coal on the other side. And we'll just let the gems fall down the middle. So, let's see, can we get a top chute there? Yep. All right. I need the exit chute sort of thing. Isn't there like an exit chute here? That's a two-way splitter, angled chute. Here we go. I don't want to buy too much junk because my inventory is a nightmare right now. Frick. All right. We're gonna have to go up even higher. Okay. Now we put our bulk sort in like that. Now we should be able to get our entry chute in there and an angled chute. So let's put the angled chute there and the top chute there. Now we should be able to come out with a small conveyor here. Just like that. And then we can just go straight into a polisher. Okay. Because only gems are going to come through here, because we still have to polish the gems that come through there. And then they can just wheel straight off into the box here. So no need for anything super fancy there. They're low throughput, so it doesn't really matter if they're slow. So let's just do that the slow way. Just like so. Alright, and then we can get rid of these supports because I don't want to see them. Okay, that should work a heck of a lot better now. So now we can get our filters set up. So let's do coal on this side and iron on this side. So my reasoning behind that is coal doesn't need to have as much done to it. So then we'll bring the coal out like over here. We'll process it over here in the big shaker machine. Where is it? I'll have to find it. I need to grab one of these. That's a splitter chute. Okay. No wonder that was weird. That was not a top chute. Okay. So top chutes there. Let's get our corner chutes again. Right here. So we'll bring that out this side. We'll bring this out this way. And now we need to get our big shaker table. Wherever that went. It's probably over here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So we need to get a roller going upwards. Maybe wise to use regular conveyor here. It sets higher. Yeah. Okay. So coal will come out here. Then it will get shaker tabled over here. We are going to have to probably just do this. And then we can put a chute on it. So I need to do a top chute. Yeah. Wait, this is backwards. What the heck am I doing? Just like that should be fine. Then it'll come out of our shaker table over here. All right. We need to do a full conveyor piece here. So then we need to split the gem away from the rest of it. We'll split our gems. The crushed coal can just go straight in over here. Let's see, where is my corner piece again? Not that. I lose track of these corners a lot. I need to start remembering just how many I have. Now it'll be easier to keep track. So, and then yeah, rubies will just go through a polishing table right here. So we will have to pop it out a little bit. That's fine. We are not going to produce enough to care here. We will go ahead and use roller because faster. Okay, right there. Now this we actually want to use a regular conveyor just because of the shape. It's going to screw up because of the physics. So, yeah. The only reason I did with this with the coal is this is potentially going to be high throughput. That's why I put the walls on it. You're never going to get enough rubies out of this system to care right there. Just because they're so uncommon. And we can put a lid on that. So we are done there. So all rubies will come out here. Polish, box. Same thing here. Rest of the gems will come out. Polish, box. Like, let's go like this, though, and change this to roller. Yeah, there we go. Just so it's a little faster. All right. That kind of has to be what it is, so I don't really have much of an option there. So we need to get all of this junk right here. This is just iron. How do we want to do this? Let's see. We're splitting iron off right here into this. So what I could do is turn that iron split around and put it there, but then we'd have to deal with the gems and everything. Ugh. Yeah. Let's just take this and loop it around over onto this conveyor. Yeah. Then we'll just do a four-way merge conveyor here. Just like that. Yeah. This is normal. Is that a fast one? That's a fast one, so we may want to do fancy conveyor here. Just because that's going to be so fast coming out of there. Where are they? They're there. Okay. And then, yeah, what we'll do is this one up here, we'll bring all that stuff down and we'll just drop it on top of it, essentially. This is half iron, half coal. Where are my corners again? I keep losing track of them. There they are. Yeah. All right, now we just need to get it over there, basically. That should be fine right there. It's not a significant drop. Could we do this earlier? If we can do this earlier, I'll do it earlier. And then I won't have to do such a significant drop. Yes. Okay. So now we can just go like that. Let's just use that. Yeah, that works. Just straight across. It's too much. Okay. So we'll just go down this way. That's definitely not going to work. Then we'll go down here and then just kind of push it onto this. Let's get rid of that support. Okay. Trying to design this in a way that I'm not going to have to redesign it in the future. That's the goal here. Now we can just go down like that, and it should work. Oh, that might be screwy. You know what? I'm just going to leave it like that. That should be fine. Let's delete these supports out. So now we just need to get it all over here. Because I would like to loop it back around into this. Let's see. This is probably best to just like that. Gotta crouch. Alright, so yeah, all that will go out that way, down from up there, into this over here, and then up into here. Then yeah, we'll do our coal sort, our iron sort right there. So let's turn this back on. Wow, what luck. I am definitely getting lucky with that sorting, that's for sure. That's going to pop out this way. And we'll let that do its thing right there. All right, Then we need to get a small coal. So I need to run this for a bit. Right here. So this stuff we will just run to a splitter probably. All right, let's set these over here just so I have something to use for that. My problem is all of this is going to go here, so I'm going to take that polisher out for now. Because any small coal is going to run through there unless I grab this quick enough. Okay, now we're good. This coal will run through there, through the shaker, and yeah. We still don't want to turn the system all the way on, just because it can't handle the iron yet, but we're getting there. Alright, so there's that. So we'll probably concentrate on, like, say, iron pipes in this area, I think is going to be a good bet. What is this? Iron and coal. Yeah. Hi. Alright, yeah, I'll check it later. Kind of busy right now. Alright, so now we need to do our iron processing. We are going to split this into two, so let's do a bulk split. Probably with a sweeper on each side of this. So yeah, we'll do a bulk ore splitter here. And then we'll go into a turn like this. Then we'll do smart splitters. We need to do... Do we really need 4, though? That's the thing. I feel like 3 is going to be enough, so we can probably just do this. And then have a merge in there. That is very much not the layout I want. I need to get up there and actually see it. It's not going to cooperate otherwise. Okay. There we go. And then we do our corners. I'm doing a lot of trial and error today with the rebuild, if you can't tell. Like a ton of trial and error. Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and then going from there. Pretty much. That does not work, clearly. Those are in the wrong orientation. Okay. That is the orientation I want. That way they sweep from side to side. They'll push some of it into the middle here. Now we can go like this, like that, then have 3 furnace set up. The problem is then I won't be able to get through there without walking under here, so we need to delete these. There. I also need to remember to put these in, or bad things could happen. I just noticed I forgot those. It's good that I caught that before I turned the system on and made a giant freaking mess. Okay, the gem sorting works. So now we need 3 blast furnaces. My problem here is, can I still get everything out? Yeah. I can. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, now we take these, and then we need to convert this stuff to get it polished real quick. I will pop one of these in, because we need to pop them up. Then they need to polish. So let's go ahead and do a polisher here. That should just work, even though it's kind of screwy. We'll go ahead and do this. So then we need to take the ingots and press them into plates. Because we're going to do pipes over here. That's the goal. So let's just do that. I'm gonna need to clean this mess up a little bit here. Alright. That should be fine right there. So yeah, they're gonna come out this way. Just like that. Plates will come out here. They're going to go straight into the pipe roller. And the pipe roller outputs on this side. That works kind of perfectly there. Not gonna lie. It's not totally exactly perfect, but it will work. And then we just run it onto a second line of this. And we should be good there. Yeah, because then we're making all our iron right here. We polish our iron. Pop it up here. We plate it and straight on into a pipe roller and straight out there. That should just work now. So if I turn all the miners on, this should function perfectly. We can always panic turn them all off if need be. I would use the auto, like, turn all miners on feature, but I don't remember if I got rid of all of the existing ones or not, so I don't want to risk it and then cause a giant freaking mess somewhere. Alright, so we can turn all of this back on now. And this should be fine. Oh yeah, there's a lot of crap going through the system there. Question now is, how well does it handle it all? This doesn't have to be fancy conveyor right here, right? No. Just try to save on fancy conveyor where possible. And we got a ruby there. We got iron pipes going. Perfect. Let's see. They appear to be polishing just fine. That's good to see. Yeah, you see, this will kind of split. This will periodically switch and let them go to different smelters, just so it's not all one giant mess. That's all coming in there and working. Is the small one making its way out? Yep. Nice. Okay, I think it's starting to work here. Yeah, because see, I don't remember if I got rid of all of the miners over here. Like, I think I have. So this one is partial copper. What I'm going to do here is filter out the coal and just turn the copper into ingots. There's no point in getting fancy with this one. And the only reason I'm doing the expensive conveyor is in case I put a turbo bit in this thing. It'll at least be able to handle the throughput if I do that. And then we can just filter out the copper and dump everything else on this line. Basically. Let's see, we need to go farther out by one. Let's just go ahead and do that now. Actually, we can't right here. We need to dodge this thing. That's a problem. Let's see. Yeah, we have to do kind of like right there to be able to dodge it. That's fine. Losing my corner conveyors again. Alright, so again, now if we do that, okay. This does do crushed copper, so I will need to filter for that. But we'll filter the regular copper, like, say, right here. And once I get a crushed copper, we can add it to the filter. for my basket lids. So let's keep that one open for now so I know it's not completely filtered. Alright, so this copper will just go up, and then we'll turn it and dump it right into a furnace. We need to go like this instead. There's just not enough room. Okay, so straight into a blast furnace. We could do it as pipe, because we already have a pipe processing line, but I don't want to risk it, so... Honestly, I think we're just going to do this. Be perfectly honest. Let's see, where is my corner? Yeah, that might make it in there. That's even risking it there. I think I want to try and get it onto, this line. Kind of right there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reliably do that here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Frick. It just needs to go down that way, so... There's that. That would work. Yeah, and it would just mix with the rest of the copper and go in. Okay. I like that plan. Then this can just go right on in there. So kick that sucker right back on. Then we're just gonna have to wait until we get a small copper. I should have kept some of them, honestly. That would have been the wise decision. Oh. So I forgot to put this in. We need to just take that for a bit of a ride there. And we'll kill these supports in case anything finds its way out of that somehow. It shouldn't be able to, but you never know. There's our filter. We can now close our basket. So yeah, any of that we get should just automatically go that way now. Give me that, I want that. Just a random fluke there. And this is fine as is because we're using that miner, we can't get gems anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Everything so far seems to be working, which is good to see. This is handling itself pretty well. This can still handle quite a bit more throughput, so I could very much put turbos on these if I really wanted to. So, like, it's not even stressing that system whatsoever. And this is all working. Nothing's backed up. Alright, I think we finally got an operational system. That's good. Give me that. I would like that again. Just so I have some extras for future use. Since those are a bit of a pain to get. Yoink. Okay. I mean, any more that come through, I'd like to get one more if possible. There we go. Just so I have it so I can easily filter it without any problems. Now, crushed coal we can get very easily from this. I'd like to hold on to a couple. Alright, so now I kind of want to get some gold going. And move on from there. And yeah, what I can do here is just put more of that in there, just so anything I can just dump right there and it will just fall in, like, no matter what. Alright, so I may turn this one, like I said, into plates back here, since we're gonna need those. Let's see. How can we do this? Probably right in, I would have to go, like, right here, filter for plates, but then it would make it a pain in the ass to get back in. Yeah. It'd be easier to do it right here at the source, because I can always just polish the plates. That's not even a problem. Should I do that? Like, go over here and then just loop it back around, maybe? I may do this as a piece just like that, just for that one, just in case anything falls in there. It'll very easily come out. So then we'll take our rolling mill, come in here with it. Yeah, that'll work. Like that. Though I should probably do an ingot straightening conveyor before I do that. So let's do an ingot straightening conveyor first. Just to guarantee success. Alright, now we can take all of these. Then we have to loop them back out over onto this, basically. Somehow. That's gonna be fun. It's like, that's not going to be awkward at all. You know what, it is going to be awkward. And we do regular conveyor. It's going over. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Why? Blast it. Okay, fine. We'll do silly maneuvers. Here we go. You're asking for it, thing. Alright. And then we need to get it over that way somehow. Let's see here. So now we need the big piece right here. And then just one of these, and they should just splat right down onto that thing. I feel like that should work. Just go ditch all of this junk. And then I can just lay all the junk out on here and it will just work its way into there. Just automatically, without me having to do much. Not sure how that happened. That might have been just me being dumb. I don't know. Okay, we're getting plates now. Just double check that that system is fully working. Yeah, it seems like it's working. They're all polishing. Somehow. I don't know how, but they are. And the tiny amount of ore that's coming through here shouldn't really be a problem. So Alright, that's now working. It's not a lot of plates, but it's better than 0 plates. Alright. There we go. Okay, so what else do we need to do here? Probably expand out, I'm thinking back into here again and start getting a gold and all that set up. And then, yeah, I can probably save most of this room for logistics. I'm thinking we can do our processing like somewhere out here or something. I don't know. We'll have to try a trial and error. You know how it goes. Let's see. This one, that's tempting, yeah, to leave that way. This one's good for gold. And actually decent for diamonds. This one's really good for diamonds and emerald, so we'll probably leave these as normal miners. Okay. What about this one? This one's also good as a normal miner. Yeah, because all of this is going to be different over here. And you can see this is a nice big area. I wonder if we're going to get a second, like be able to repair these eventually and get more hopper boxes. I kind of hope they do that, honestly. It would make my life that much easier, honestly. So... going to do a merging conveyor here. Reason being, this room, what do we have? Iron and iron, never mind on that merging conveyor. These are both gold. That's a combination, that's coal. And you can see all of these are going to get hooked up as whatever here. Probably going to be our primary sources of emeralds, too. Let's go ditch this iron ore real quick. So all of these, and this is going to be its own iron setup. We'll figure out what to do with that. I may just use that as iron ingots or something. Or we could do something stupid, but I don't need it long term. Because we only need, like, Master of Slag. We don't need much, so... what I'll do is I'll manually just filter up a bunch of ore with the magnet and just throw it in a furnace, basically. And then manually process all of that. I don't see the need to do that automatically, I don't think. Let's see. These. Alright, so that's just a bunch of crap there. This is just a bunch of crap as well. That's the primary reason why I'm only doing regular conveyor here, as it's not high throughput whatsoever. It can handle 3 of these no problem. So... And this is just here as a future proofing. Just in case we need it. We're not going to need it here, though. I could go ahead and hook this one up. Probably just hook it up as a regular miner. Just to get some extra coal in there. So... Now, this is where we're going to do our merging conveyor, and then we're going to start using the big boys here. I'm going to do it like that. Just like that. Now we'll start using the walled ones, just because there's going to be so much coming through at this point that it's worth wasting the money on. Not that money is a concern at this point in the game, because it's not. So... that's good there. Then, yeah, we need to get this one. This one we'll do a rapid miner on. This one, I feel like we'll just do a regular just for the extra gems. And this one, we'll do a rapid miner. So... This one, we're definitely doing a normal miner on. And this one as well. So... anything from down here, we'll just do as a separate line. Let's see, where does this go again? Back out here to this side. Okay. Could be useful for picking up all the stuff from over here. I think we'll route this area over to there, basically. Then this one just needs a merge right there. Okay. And yeah, these are low throughput, so I'm not going to use fancy ones there either. What are these? Decent chance for diamonds. We'll use a normal. And we'll use a normal here. I feel like I can just do this as a roller or something here. Just like that should work perfectly fine. Yeah, not much is going to come out of that. And same here. I can probably just do a bit of roller conveyor. Might be worth making more roller here as well. Yeah, let's just do this all roller. It should be more than fine. I don't think it'll cause any issues. just because we're starting to get so far away from the main area that I feel like I should just make everything go as fast as possible through here, just in case. So, all right, so here we got to decide where to go. Let's see. This we should be able to go like downwards on a slope, right? Yes. And then we can do something just like that, and it will just dump right on in there. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna have to do something a little screwy here, I think. Uh, yeah. We may have to go up and around here. Yeah. Just like that should work. Again, it's not high throughput. So. All right, and then we need to get these miners all put in over there too. These are going to need the big ones. Where's my corners again? Right here. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here. That should be fine right there. Yeah, this is a normal one, so we'll just push this. This is fancy though. It may be easier to just put a thing there. We can't really go around that way either, which is a bit of a bummer. So I guess it might be better to do it this way and then just out like that. Just so there's less interference with what I'm doing. Yeah. And then we can drop it back down to the floor. Just so it's easier to maneuver around in here. Then this can be a combiner. Like that. And that gets that one. I don't remember if there's anything up here. There's not. Nope. All right, then we need to get this one. This is just a normal one, so we can just do a slope here. And that should be plenty for that. Yeah. Let's see, then. Might be better to switch this direction, I feel like. Yeah. Let's switch direction there. Okay. So then everything will funnel off onto here. I should probably swap these for the rollers as well, I feel like. Just to make them a little bit faster. Yeah, like this can become rollers right here. We'll just have to hop it up a little bit. Then we can change this to be a merge conveyor right here. Just like that. Then we hop it again right there. Okay, so now we come around this corner like that. You double check, make sure that's the right direction. Yep. So what we'll have to do here is probably just use normal, like regular conveyor. Just for the last mile right here. Lost the other ones again. I don't know why. I just cannot find those. That's weird. Yeah. And then we just go boom and hop that up like that. All right, that should work. So now we're coming down here. So now we need to find a place for processing. I'm thinking up here. We process and then we just belt it out that way. Okay. Yeah, we are gonna need a massive amount of sorting happening. I do know that. Just, double checking. Anywhere I need to remove supports, I will. All right, so now that it's all over here, we need to sort it. Let's see, we may have to go like this. And I need to bring it like over here to put it into the hopper. We'll put the big hopper over here, I think. Because we only need to sort the gold out. And the rest of it can just go down the middle. Though we could put a separate line for coal since we are going to get a significant amount. So I may do two lines, one coal, one for gold. We'll do that. And then we can have the gems just pop out the middle or something. And then I can just turn them and put them right into the other one. We'll see. I don't know yet. Or we could pre-filter the gems. That's also an option. But let's see, where's my bulk sorter at? Right here. So, then my problem is going to be getting the stuff into the baskets up there. That's the biggest issue here. It's like I can get the material in there. Like, that's where this gets tricky, is there's not a lot of room for anything. And that's the fun part about this game, is it's a challenge to figure out how to make that function well. Hmm. So, or we could do something like this, even, and curve them around, and then throw them into a bulk sorter, maybe. Like maybe this would work better, and now we put the bulk sorter down. Something kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work a lot better here. Then everything will come up here. We'll get it sorted out right here. Put our lids on right now. Where are my lids? This inventory is a nightmare at the moment. There they are. Alright. So yeah, we'll do coal and crushed coal in one, and then we'll do gold and crushed gold in that one. So let's hit this real quick. Alright, get back here. You're actually going right where I want you to go anyway. Straight up to the sorter box. So we'll probably put coal on this side just because it's going to be harder to work with. Then we'll put gold on the other side there. We can close that. I need to find that one that's like 99% coal again. Here we go. Then I need to go back to the main room and get one more piece over there. Hopefully I didn't put any of this stuff in the wrong direction. Otherwise it's going to be a massive pain to fix if I did mess it up. And what's also nice is this will just auto filter the gems. I don't have to make a gem filter. Because all the gems will just come right out the middle and go where they need to go. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to trust it, I guess, potentially. Let's see if I can do a top shoot at least here. Yeah. Oh. Okay, can we do a side shoot? I think I'm just gonna have to do this kind of conveyor and just kind of trust it. That's not gonna work either. I have to do roller. Okay. There's such low throughput that it shouldn't matter, in theory. Like, yeah, I don't believe it'll be an issue. Mm-hmm. Let's see, can I push this up a little more? Maybe. I don't know. With that rock in the way, I'm not sure. I think I have to do it after the rock. Kind of like right here-ish. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just layer it right over this conveyor. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of screwiness here. That's fine. Need to come back one more and do it. Let's see, because we need to just relocate. Oh my gosh. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons because we need to just relocate this like one over, which is why I'm doing this right here. So we just need to get it around this. And then we can go right back to roller. Yeah, and then we just come out here somewhere. Pretty much. Right. Huh. There we go. Alright, and this is all only gems. So... I don't believe there's a spare polisher other than that one, so we'll probably just put a polisher in line again for this. Wrong way. We kind of have to do that just because of roller. Otherwise, they could get caught on the corners here. Now we take them upwards. Actually, we don't need an inline. We can just shove it right into this. Now that I think about it, yeah, we can just ditch it right on that line. I don't even need this. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. We can just ditch it right onto this, and it should just work. Because the only thing on this is going to be gems, so... There we go. Alright. Alright, dinner's ready now, so I'm probably gonna stop here for now, and then we'll come back next time and finish hooking all this up. And hopefully I didn't screw anything up massively right here. I hope. So, like, it should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I did anything egregious at all. Yeah, and then we'll be able to kick all these miners on and see what we got going. Yeah, and then hopefully this works. Otherwise, I'll have to fix this. I may have to put the slope a little sooner. Let me see. Let's do that real quick just to see. Can we do that? Yeah. Oh, that should be fine. Alright. Yeah, that should work. And then we can do a side conveyor like that, just to lessen the shot that this stuff gets stuck or anything, or falls off the sides. And now that has plenty of room to handle that. Alright, we're good. And then, yeah, we've already got our filters set up. I just need to deal with these and find a place to process this stuff. because we're probably going to have to process this into everything. It doesn't want any pipes right now, so I'll probably just put everything into ingot plate rod for the moment, but after that we'll put it into pipes. That's gonna be it for me for now. If I don't have anything going on later, I may either continue this or actually do some GTNH. We'll see. Depends on which one I feel like doing. If what Nightmare has for me is something that's going to require a lot of time later, I won't. But if I stream later, I will. If not, it'll be tomorrow, and it'll definitely be GTNH. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you either later or tomorrow, depending on how things go. All right, bye everyone.